Hello everyone and welcome back to HTML and CSS lessons on Codecademy. So in the last few lessons or videos, we have looked at CSS selectors. Today we're going to be going over them to just recap on what we have done. So let's get started. Great work guys for doing this. So far in this course we have learned a wider range of CSS selectors. We have learned about cascading. We have learned about the universal selector, the class and ID selectors, and pseudo selectors. So that's a lot of material. We're done covering new stuff for now. Let's go over what you've learned, or what we have learned. So take a minute to collect your thoughts, then hit save and submit code to start the review exercises. Okay, let's take a minute. Silence. You can pause the video if you want that, but I will just move on. Yeah, pause now. Okay, moving on. Multiple selectors. Remember how to reach selectors nested inside others. If you have paragraphs inside a div that's inside another div, you can get to it like this. So a paragraph inside a div, and then you change things that you want to change. This will style all paragraphs nested inside two divs and will leave all paragraphs that don't meet these criteria alone. So please note, if you have adjusted your browser zoom, tests involving font size and height will not work correctly. If you want to change it, just do Command 0 or Control 0. I'm guessing Command 0 is for Mac and Apple and stuff, and Control 0 for Windows. Or something like that, yeah. So instructions give the paragraphs inside the list item tags a font size of 30 pixels. Okay, so they haven't done anything for us. Li, and we want to change the, what do we want to change again? Font size to 30 pixels. There we go. And don't forget the semicolon, because it doesn't like it when you don't put the semicolon in. Class selectors. So you've also learned how to use class selectors to modify different elements. That is, you can give the same styling to an H3 header, a paragraph, a link, and a table. So speaking of which, those sound like a great examples. So on the HTML tag, create an H3 header and a paragraph. Okay. This is my 3 header. If I can spell it out, hopefully. And I meant to do it as caps lock there. H3. And then let's do the paragraph. And the paragraph. There we go. So give them both a class of fancy. Sure. I can just copy this over for the next one, and I also need a space there. And now I actually need to define what fancy is. So on the CSS tab, set .fancy, because we're working with classes. If it was IDs, it would have been the pound symbol, or as some might know it as the sharp or hashtag. And to have font family of cursive and color of violet. The word violet, not a hexadecimal value. There we go. That looks more like pink than violet, but okay, whatever. Moving on, ID selectors. So you've also learned about ID selectors and how they can be used to target a specific element. So the example above is just a reminder of how it works. Add another paragraph to the HTML document. Okay. And the second. There we go. Give it an ID of serious. And now we need to define what serious is. I am guessing. On the CSS tab, give the series ID a font family of Courier, and a font color, don't include the word font by the way, of that. I don't know what that's going to be. Isn't it going to just be gray? Yes it is, okay. And let's check it out and see if that is correct. And it is. So let's move on. Pseudo selectors, so this is what we covered most recently. Home stretch, let's toss it in some pseudo class selector magic to finish this bad boy. Okay then. Add a third paragraph to the HTML document. You can add any text in between here that you want, just a reminder. Okay. On the CSS tab, use nth child to what do we want to change though? So, but the fourth child of your body, the h3 counts as the first child. Where is this found? Oh, the paragraph. Okay. So p and nth child, we want to do 3. I think that this is the correct one now, and we want to change the font size to 26 pixels. Oops, that is the wrong paragraph for some reason. That's the correct one, but we have 3 paragraphs. Why do I need to write in 4? Oh, because 1 is the first child, never mind. So 1 has the special value. If you put 1, it selects all of the paragraphs. It's like saying first. Actually, it didn't do it that time. I don't know. It usually does it. I'm probably just messing up the syntax. Let's try it now. Nope. Okay, never mind. Just keep it as 4 and it should be fine. Remember, your paragraph is the 3rd paragraph, but the 4th child of body. The h3 counts as the first child. Okay. So it doesn't matter which tags you put in here. The first tag is always going to be the first child. The second, and the fourth, the fourth. Even if this was div, it would still be the 4th child. And I think that you would probably still be able to control it with this. So let's save and submit code, and we are done with this section. We also get a badge. So if you guys have any questions about anything on selectors, or even anything about HTML and CSS in general, which we have covered or maybe even haven't covered, I will try to answer as soon as possible. Just post it in the comments down below. Other than that, if you enjoyed this video, please share it, like it, and subscribe. If you didn't like it, then press the dislike button and tell me how I can improve for next time so that you do like it. But until that next time, thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye.